The latest satellite pictures that we've been getting of what Putin's big military convoy right outside the city where you're in right now looks like right now. This is scary stuff. Let's keep moving these images. Huge convoy. Look at the length of this massive convoy that's just been spotted right outside Kyiv. These are all armored vehicles. There's a lot of shelling going on, artillery, attacks happening, homes burning, and this is on the road to Kyiv. Lots of armored vehicles. Let's keep moving the images. Look at the length of these, this supply line of Russian vehicles. These are trucks, but also tanks have been spotted, as you can see. Rocket regiments have also been spotted, and they all appear to be headed towards Kyiv. This is part of that big military convoy southeast of Ivankiv. Many of these are headed towards Kyiv right now. So, Maria, the images of this long line, we're told many, many miles of tanks, and rocket vehicles headed towards Kyiv right now. Some suggest like as much as 30 miles long.
Yep, 64 kilometers.
64 kilometers long. I mean, that's incredible. The length of that armored, column coming towards Kyiv right now. Maria, what are you hearing about that? How far is that? Because the general sense now is that the biggest attack on Kyiv is about to happen.
Even hearing this from you, make me feel extremely nervous and be frightened.
I don't mean to do that at all. I don't mean to do that at all. We're only telling the facts. You know that your safety is our highest concern. My apologies for that.
I want to share, no, that's okay, because that's the reality. And I just want you to share the ideas, and feelings all the people here in Kyiv and in Ukraine are going through right now. Because, yes, we see these satellite images, we see these reports, they are coming like every other minute. Everybody are on their phones, scrolling the news feeds, getting, these notifications about bombing there, casualties there, Russian column, Russian, motorcade convoy of these big, huge machines, of missile launchers, of rocket stations. So it really does look, doesn't get any better and looks really terrible. So the latest news are even that in the Buzova village close to Kyiv, it's like from the same side as Ivankiv is, there was even an attack which hit the maternity house. You can imagine, yes, maternity house. It's not even close to the military base. It's just a very civil object, so to say. There are civil people there. The mothers with newly born, and it's really terrible. And seeing this convoy of military equipment, of heavy equipment, really gives us the feel that the threat is growing bigger, but at the same time we see these reports about attacking these convoys, about successful attacks and destruction of partially of these parts of this convoy, as we have already seen it, of course, by the Bayraktar drones. And we have a hope, and we see that this convoy could be stopped from getting into Kyiv, because Ivankiv is like several, more than half 100 kilometers from Kyiv. So we still have time, and the Ukrainian army still has the opportunity to stop this convoy from moving into Kyiv. And so far it's day 6 already, and there are no, big military equipment inside the city. So on the outskirts, yes. On the roads to Kyiv, yes. But no, missile launchers and big convoys of this equipment in the city. But one moment I also wanted to share with you, like the details of this night. We have to, blind our windows to be, to blind the houses in the streets, so that if possible air attack could be planned, so that they do not see, the light in the windows as the targets. And this is what in the residential areas people are trying to do. And also in some places they even switch off the street lights, so that the streets look dark and not can be see, the buildings from above by the Russian aircraft. So it's day 6, and people are trying trying, to get this military way of life, war way of life into their daily life. And for example, now I'm in the center, volunteer coordination center, which helps the volunteer fighters who are in the unit of territorial defense. And as you see, here I have a lot of, piles of different stuff. This is, for example, the first aid kit. We have a lot of different preservatives. We have also a lot of food which is just donated here by the volunteers, the people who really understand that the only hope is the military and people who can fight this threat. And as you see, there is plenty of food which should be eaten in the nearest days, and everything of this goes to these people on the positions inside the city and also in the outskirts of city who are trying to protect and repel all these terrible Russian convoys coming into Kyiv and Russian sabotage groups possibly going and being active in Kyiv. Right now we have a curfew which is now planned to be every day from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. So, the life here is already, we're getting used to live with war.
This is, this is a point in the war 6 days down when the citizens of Ukraine have gotten used to the hardships. What Maria has just told us, it's very disheartening, Maria. I mean, I applaud your courage and your grit, but one really wishes that these days were not upon Ukraine. No one should have to get used to days like this when you're just waiting to see what's going to happen next. People cloistered into territorial defense units, budgeting their food and deciding what's going to happen next. I want to show our viewers, just for a moment, Maria, I'm going to show our viewers the consequences of what Ukraine looks like with this airspace closure that's on right now. Take a look at this image. One couldn't describe it better, Akshata. Yeah. This is what Europe looks like right now with Ukraine's airspace completely closed. As a result of what has happened, many hours of flight time have been added to multiple flights that are flying between Europe, Asia, between Asia and North America. Yeah. This is what it looks like, Akshata.
For us also here in India, it means that any international flight now double the time. And look at the number, the yellow there around you, Shiv.
The active flights.
Look at the amount of flight traffic there because of the fact that this area has been closed up. Yeah. That itself tells you how, you're going to be seeing that duration of flights now increasing much more, besides the fact that you have a number of Russian airlines that have been stopped from flying there.
Absolutely.
A number of European flights that can't fly near Russia either. Yeah. So it's pretty complicated now. And if you're flying abroad, know that your flight duration is definitely going to increase because of all of the curbs that have been put in place. But here we also, Shiv, we just heard what Maria said. It is numbing to talk about the consequences of war and what it means to a life of an ordinary civilian as well. We've been getting, of course, our viewers, all of the most defining images.
And there are so many more
so many of them in the last 6 days alone.